Now, Pete, you on the other hand get tons of airtime. A lot of times, probably unwanted. You're staying at the station, spending the night sometimes. You're interrupting popular shows, although not so much anymore. It seems as though 8 and some of the other stations have now tried to restrict these weather bulletins to commercial breaks. In other words, they're giving up revenue. Can you talk a bit about that and what a lot of people wonder, when does a weatherman absolutely have to go on, and when can a weatherman say, Jesus, you know, Dancing with the Stars is on, we aren't going to touch that?
Oh, and I mean, that's the firestorm right there anytime Dancing with the Stars or you know, one of the other big shows is on. But what we're going to go on the air, and I was talking with my boss the other day, and we were looking at our whole viewing area. And it's almost 90%, it's like 87% of the people in our viewing area live in Denton, Collin, Dallas, or Tarrant County. So if something happens in one of those 4 counties, if there's a tornado on the ground, we're going to go on the air. It doesn't matter what's happening. If there's a tornado on the ground in one of those 4 counties, we're going to go on the air. If it's a Doppler radar indicated tornado, the potential's there, we're probably going to go on the air. That just depends on how strong the signatures are. If it's in the outlying areas, you know, where it may hurt some of the cows or maybe some, you know, some grain, then we're just going to have to reconsider. But if it's on the ground, we're going to go on the air. And if that makes people mad, well, that's kind of part of the service that we do, and that's the heat that we take. Is we don't want to interrupt Dancing with the Stars like last year we did. But you know, Haltom City got pummeled again. What do you do? And I had a guy call me from Frisco, because we interrupted Dancing with the Stars, and this guy called me every name you could think of. He just cussed me out. But people in Fort Worth were happy as could be that we did it. And I said, well, if it's in Frisco, you're happy, but the people in Fort Worth or you know, wherever, they're not. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do, Pete? You interrupted the show. I'm like, well, how about have a little understanding for the other folks that just lost their home, a church got knocked over or whatever. And people aren't too understanding, you know. It's always about them and their neighborhood, and if it doesn't impact their neighborhood, most people don't seem to care sometimes if it's a popular show. And sometimes that's the line we walk, but you know, if it's your neighborhood, you're going to want us on, and we're